Hello everyone, welcome back. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for supporting me. And if you're new here, my name's Alison and I do everything from meals of the week, clothes hauls, house and home improvements and other bits and bobs. I'd be really grateful if you'd subscribe and like this video. So moving on to this week's video, I've done a little makeover on my niece Laura's garden. She moved in a few months ago and she wasn't too fussed on doing anything in the garden, and I do love a bit of gardening. So when I've had time, I've been up there and I've painted the fence, added some plants and basically knackered myself up in the process. It was a lot harder than I were expecting. So anyway, I'll tell you what I did, how much it all cost. Labour was free, of course, apart from the odd tea and a couple of cups of tea. So I painted part of the fence. Laura's going to finish it off and I'll tell you why in a minute. But my great nephew Bobby, he helped me out, bless him. I couldn't get in between those slats there with my big brush, so he went and got one of his little painting brushes and he did go round and filled in all those gaps. But yeah, I couldn't get it all finished as I wanted to because A, the weather didn't play ball when I was available, and B, I've taken a sabbatical from doing Laura's garden to help with the renovation of my daughter's house, which she's just got the keys for, well, nearly a month ago actually. But you'll see what we've done at Eleanor's house, and I've got that's on a previous video, and I've got an update coming out soon. So anyway, back to Laura's garden. She's got some climbers in, and I think there's either 6 or 8 of them. So I took out all these fairy lights that were wrapped around all the garden and the climbers, and started taking those down. Now I did try and salvage them, took them back to my house to try and replant, but by the time I'd got some transport to take them and the wind and the rain was so bad, they actually died. So I did plant them, but they didn't take, unfortunately. But yeah, this job here was harder than I thought, because trying to get the climbers out while they were still attached to the panels, and obviously they're all roses, so it was a bit prickly as well. I managed it in the end, nearly killed me. But yeah, so I'll leave you with some music while you see me struggle with all these climbers. Well, not all of them. And then I'll join you in a bit to tell you what plants I've planted, and then also how much it's going to cost. So this is my new gardening tool. It's a Japanese hori knife. Got it from Amazon at $25.99, but you can see it's got a serrated edge, another bladed edge. It's got the measurements there for if you're wanting to dig a certain depth. The pointed part is good for like a trowel. And I was having trouble getting this root out of this climber, so I used the serrated edge of the knife to cut through the root, because there was no way I was able to dig it up without help, and I was running out of patience. So yeah, it's a pretty good multi-purpose tool actually. So yeah, if you wanted to get one of those, it's a Japanese hori knife. So here's an overview of the garden now the climbers are out. I've not done that fence, that's for Laura to paint and all the bits where the climbers were, but I'm sure she'll get round to it. Our Bobby's been colouring on the paving slabs there, bless him. And that was the the pile of climbers that I took some to my house, but of course, as you know, they didn't survive. So here I am just preparing the border. I've just got an edging tool there, a plumb line just to make sure I do it straight. And this actually was not too bad to start off with, but trying to get the ground out to put the plants in was a bit hard as well. So it's definitely a workout doing the gardening. So you'll see I've already got some plants in here, and like an idiot, I forgot to film the first time I went up to do the planting. It might have been raining, I'm not quite sure, to be fair. So I'm digging out the ground as much as I can, putting it in these green gardening bags so that we can take those to the tip. And I decided to plant evergreen plants just to give all-round interest and colour in the garden. So the list of plants that I used are a cordyline, which is the Torbay Dazzler variety, the Paloma Blanca euonymus. I used some lavender, some Brunia Lady Sunshine Carex grass. We had a Boston fern, rosemary, heather, a white hydrangea. No, actually I didn't buy a white hydrangea. I was going to do, but we didn't need it. Some French skimmia and some hebes. So that's what you'll see dotted around. So it's looking lovely now with most of the plants in, but you'll see where I stopped digging out the border. I was literally running out of time, and I wanted to get the plants in because I'd bought them a week or two previously. So what I did was just literally planted the plants and left the border for another day. That's how it's all looking now. So that's where the plants are going to go. We've got the cordylines, the Carex grass, the lavender. I just do the same along this border. I'm literally just digging in for the plants to go in and not worrying too much about around the plants. That'll be for another time. So here we just give all the plants a good watering in, make sure they get settled. And so to give you a total of what this costs, to include the fence paint, the brush, the paint tray, bought a new hose pipe, the compost, the bark mulch, which we've not yet put down, the plants and the plant food, it came to a total of £251.52. And I got all the plants and the compost and everything from B&Q. So thanks so much for watching, watching or even washing. Give it a thumbs up if you like this content. And if you haven't subscribed, it would be so kind if you did. And I'll see you on my next one. Bye.